Hey, welcome. It's Brian, and this is Guitar Solo Reactions. Today we're back with PHISH. This is from 6/17/2011, and it is the song Stealing Time from the Faulty Plan. This is another one that Curtis has bought me a coffee to do, and love to do it. He has steered me into some really cool directions, kind of knowing what I like and kind of steering me that way, so I always appreciate that. And makes it a little bit nicer by buying me a coffee, which is nice as well. I am looking at traysrig.com, and I don't see essentially a time frame that this show's from. I'm looking at something that looks like it's probably 2012, and we'll see what he's using, but it's nothing completely weird or whatever. But I kind of like noticing, what small changes he makes within like a little run, a long run, and all of that. That's kind of the fun part for me. And it helps me kind of as we kind of keep going further into this or deeper into this, which we have altogether gone pretty deep into this, I'll admit. It refreshes me on what the gear was at a certain time frame and, recognizing it. And I personally don't want to memorize it all because I love watching something like this and kind of going into it. Like, I know the basics potentially, but I love the surprise of new things as far as like what he's specifically using for whether it's effects or, we pretty much know the guitars and the amps to some degree, but the effects kind of change a little bit more. And that's kind of the part I really like with Trey, how playful and kind of creative he is with those kind of effects, because he's using it more as a texture as opposed to an effect. I mean, you can say like the Edge from U2, how he's got that iconic kind of dotted eighth kind of delay sound that's incredible and really cool, and kind of he wasn't the first to do it, but he really made it his sound. And you have someone like Adrian Belew who does more kind of like sound effects, but Trey's kind of doing it to like alter the general state of the guitar to take it more into maybe not a synth area, but something like that. And that's what I like mostly. That's a Robert Fripp approach. He isn't trying to emulate something like, I don't know, a trombone or whatever. He's trying to just extend the actual textures of the guitar, the kind of timbre of it, and kind of make it a little bit different while remaining kind of a guitar. So that's what I always like with guitar effects. It's either like a little bit of fairy dust kind of sprinkled over the top, or you're doing things with delays to make like loops and stuff like that. So I really should say I like all effects on most guitars or whatever. I love when people really dive in deep, like a David Torn or Vernon Reid, and there's many, many more that do all of that stuff as well. But those just kind of the two that came to mind. But with all of that shit I just said, here we go. Stealing Time from the Faulty Plan. That's a long title. Again, 6/17/2011. Here we go.
Some cold green tea. Got clouds that seem to follow me. Got strange demands piled up on me. Got memories. Got memories. Got memories. Memories of as though I'm still a man. Gonna give you one last chance to see. Gonna shrug demands off of me. Gonna dream.
So I'll point out instantly what the guitar I thought it was going to be, according to just guessing, was different. This is Koa number two. It looks like ocelot or ocelot. I don't know. I don't know why you say it like that, but you know what I'm saying. I love Koa as a guitar wood. BC Rich, Carvin did so many cool Koa stuff. It's not uncommon, but I love seeing it. It's just not a common guitar wood anymore, like a tone wood, for at least electric guitars. I think it'd be more used occasionally for acoustic guitars, but.
Gonna dream, gonna dream of being free.
Yeah.
Gonna steal time from the faulty plan. Steal time from the faulty plan. Gonna steal time from the faulty plan. Steal time from the faulty plan. I got a blank space where my mind should be. Got a blank space where my mind should be. Got a blank space where my mind should be. Got a blank space where my mind should be.
Yeah. Cool run by Mike. Okay, sorry. I just did one from 2023 this summer, and Mike is using this Cerix bass, and I mean, again, this is all pretty subjective, but the modulus really comes through. It's a little more traditional bass sounding than that last one I did. That one sounded like more rounded and punchy, and this just sounds like really nice and warm. So, which is kind of when I say a modulus graphite with the graphite neck through the body. For some reason, probably active pickups. I always just think of like a really bright and punchy sound. You can obviously adjust EQ, all of that, but that's kind of how the fundamental sound is, and that just sounded amazing. Super
Nice.
cool. There we have it. Stealing time from the faulty plan, or from the faulty plan. Fish 6/17, 2011. I don't know. Everyone chime in if you care. Is this Fish at their best? I don't know. I mean, I really thought the energy was great. I don't have any real strong feelings about any certain genre or any certain time frame that they were playing. I know a lot of true fans really do. I'm a fan, but I am slowly, as many of you know, it's not something you can, or at least I can grasp onto. In like the year and a half I've been doing this, maybe it's two, I don't know, but um, like just putting your arms around the whole thing and figuring out. I kind of like it all for different reasons. I like this for a lot of energy. Early on, they're a lot more adventurous, per se, like instrumentally speaking. Um, but that may not be true either. And I think they've kind of settled into a really cool and, of course, unique position in the music world where they do exactly what they want and obviously incredibly successful. And I don't mean just monetarily, but like to have so many people love your music and to be up there and like to me there doesn't seem to be there's pressure to put on a good show obviously, but you're also like it just feels really welcoming, like your home. It's like you're doing a show in your living room, but the stakes are slightly higher. But what I'm getting at is it just must be such a great feeling to have such an incredible community around you and do exactly what you want. That's such a rare thing. I i mean, people try it occasionally, but outside of maybe the Grateful Dead, Frank Zappa, um, I don't know, maybe Miles Davis, but Miles started chasing, kind of playing covers and stuff in the 80s, and I don't begrudge him for that, but that doesn't strike me as something, you know, that he was dying to do or something. I could be wrong, but so to put a cap on it, I guess, what a great band. I'm really, really happy that I found this band and had so many people kind of help me curate doing these videos. Hopefully, it's entertaining. I find it entertaining to do. And my slant, obviously, being a guitar player and my incredible love of guitar in a lot of different forms. That includes, Trey, of course, and bringing that all to one place where not only do we talk about Trey, but we may do, Amdu Mokhtar, the amazing player from Niger, who I just recently kind of came across. And as this channel grows, my plan would be to find really esoteric players. That was my plan at the beginning. And I luckily found things that I really love doing as well that had a bigger appeal, I guess, which is obviously Trey, Prince, Buckethead, King Gizzard is probably one of my favorites. I've gone through little kind of, I'll pick someone for about 6 months and do a video, one or two a month, and then stop doing them when I run out or nobody watches them. So that is not the case with Fish or Trey. I can't say they're my most popular videos, but in a way, I don't care as long as it's getting some interaction and I enjoy it. If I don't enjoy it, then you don't see it for the most part. So, um, anyway, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you letting me ramble. Curtis, thanks again. I really appreciate the coffee, and we'll see you soon. Bye.